appear to be up and running. Beginning. I have to find a way to get my hand on Eddie's grasp. Happy. I don't wish to be happy. So content. I need my hand, Eddie. I cannot play with one hand. But I can do name entry with one hand. I mean, that counts as a talent, right? And I'm Plague Knight. This is not the first time I played this sprite. Well, it's the first time in a while for sure. Away. Enjoy lap time. So, clean my disc up a tiny bit. That is a lot closer to the edge than. Alright. This up. Yeah, one of my coworkers like accidentally threw away the can of pop that I had while I was on my last break, and he kind of came by like 20 minutes later. And actually, got me like a 20-ounce bottle to replace it, which is kind of cool. Much it's not the diet/zero sugar, but the intent is still appreciated. He's also one of those people who like socially, he's a pretty cool person, very friendly. You really can't or cause like any kind of issue with him. Apparently, I have a new follower from. Wait, 4 days. What's 4 days ago? 1, 4. So it must have been right after the SMZ3 seed. Yeah, apparently somebody followed me, but then somebody unfollowed me because I'm still at 73 followers. I will never understand the ins and outs of random Twitch followers. Anyway, we should be good to go. I got the timer set up. We got the tracking. I have missed an alert. Even though I don't think anybody really comes to me from this particular thing anyway. Just in case somebody's interested from the actual LTTPR community. Alright, and we should be good to go now. Alright, we got standard opening. You better have the bow, or else I will be sad. I'll have to do damage by stabbing things with my nose. It is kind of nice to get bombs early on, though. Oh, we got Enemizer. It has been a bit since we've had that. Oh, wait, this is retro mode, too. We do not have an arrow icon. We also have a vanilla HUD, which is a... Oh, hammer. Yeah, vanilla HUD we haven't had in, like, since I started doing these mystery seeds. Yeah, I think during the intro sequence, technically the enemies here can't be randomized, so they're still the actual guards. And as a result, because the enemy sprite sheets are still kind of basically randomized in of themselves, everything looks weird. That's why the guards that would normally like block your movement in certain areas, that's why they look weird too. Yep, because he's still technically vanilla, just like those guys. I kind of like their appearance actually. It's like anthropomorphic oozes. I approve. I mean, that also works. Oh, the Enemizer spray combinations are kind of working so far. Okay, so small keys. Okay, so it's not retro mode necessarily, but we have actually no, is it? Okay, vanilla lantern, that's interesting. I'm not gonna say good, I'm just gonna say interesting. You never walk right. What are you doing walking right? That is not your shtick. How did my bottle become like permanently sealed again? Ooh, okay, glad I did that. 3 months. Why is it suddenly unopenable now? There we go. Oh, we got small key sanity. Okay, so we got small key shuffle, we got enemy shuffle. We need to purchase arrows, and arrows just in general cost money, which is really gonna suck, especially if this ends up being a Shop Sandy seed. Oh god, that'll be a sucky seed. What? Lucky to pod, you. No, there needs to be a randomizer sprite for Zelda. that'd be kind of cool to see. Mixed up with like any of the other sprites you can play as. I legit do not know why that's not a feature yet. Okay, so at least no way we can take the guards out to get some more money. Which I might make use of. And then the occasional heart drop. Yeah, the only problem with regular pop, when you've gotten used to drinking like diet and zero sugar pop, is that it never tastes the same. You taste so much more of the sweetness than you do normally when you're used to regular pop. So it's not really nearly as good anymore. Which is kind of a good thing as to why like the zero sugar pops are becoming a thing, because those actually taste a lot more like the original pop itself. If only they do that with Barks, then I would be a happy cat. Yay for having legit lamp. They look kind of freaky. Not very many drops. Kind of disappointed. Okay, early blue mail. I'm becoming increasingly suspicious. Okay, full magic. I think... No, there's still like a regular prize pack that's nothing but magic. But it's possible that they're part of the... like the best prize pack, which gives you like literally the best possible of every type of word. I think there's magic. God damn it. Yeah, I'm thinking they're just magic at that point. I think the next reward should have been like arrows. Now they're not dropping anything. Well, that's underwhelming. Bats don't seem to have anything. Okay, I'm actually digging a lot of the randomized enemy sprites. Ooh, I will take that. So we have... Yeah, once we get access to Death Mountain, we can go basically anywhere there that we wish. Ah, I knew there was an enemy somewhere there. Okay, so we do have this guy here. You know what? At this point, I'll take the 5 rupee drops. Nope, that did not... Oh god. Okay, they are killable. Eh. was basically useless. Oh god, you're not dead. Oh, you're not dead. Problem is, I don't think we can actually take that fish with. Okay, we do have a small key up there. Hopefully that doesn't actually affect anything. You know what? Let's... I think we can... Oh, no. No, we could be thrown away when we fall down the pit. So there's no point. Unfortunate. Don't need shield. $5 more. Okay, why is everything $5? You go away. Why am I going in there? There's literally no reason to go in there. Aw. Okay, there's actually good money. If you have one more of those, I'd be happy. Oh, we got shuffle maps too. Okay, we got shuffle maps, shuffled small keys. Don't know about compasses or big keys yet. Ooh, got the nether sword. Okay, it doesn't look like we have pot shuffle. Yay, more bombs. Alright, what you got? Got a coupon. I'd like a refund of my coupon. Oh god. Oh god. I do not approve. Well, that thing's gonna body me when I leave. Or not. Okay. Oh good. Okay, we're good. Everything's fine. Actually, we could grab that fish and get some money from the merchant. Okay, that's almost Dark World access. Actually, buddy, we can stun the guard first. We don't necessarily need to kill him. Just like that. Take the fish. And throw fish in merchant face. And bombs. Alright, anything vital in here? Nope. It is $5, number 853. You know what? Because of the fact Actually, I didn't check to see what the shop had. I don't know why I've forgotten about Shop Sandy lately. Especially in a key sanity, that's definitely important to know. Key sanity, important small keys tend to be in shops. Or even just like the bow. Why was I blanking where? Okay, for some reason I thought I was in Dark World, and I was like, wait, the house on the right should have the shop, right? And I was like, no, I'm dumb. Well, I was probably right about the small keys. Castle Tower. I probably shouldn't spend the money on that. Holy crap, I am now actually the devil. Alright, so we got everything in the escape sequence, so we can just go right down towards South Shore. Get a free bomb. No bomb. More fish. Many aquatic creatures in this area. Really? I don't know why that failed. There we go. Well, key to Hera, that's actually good to have. Well, in a normal seed, not quite as much, but since we have at least map shuffled, that's probably gonna be better than not. A very interesting looking water. More small keys. Small key to GT. Probably not seeing any use out of that anytime soon. I didn't mean to game. Okay, we lost one rupee. That could have been a lot worse. Eddie, no. That is not a toy. Holy crap, an actually easy Enemizer mini Moldorm room. What a concept. Map of GT. 20 bucks, 20 bucks. Art piece. Meh. Alright, so... what now? So we can do Ice Rock Cave, we can do Hobo, we can see what's on the island. Beyond that... even if I had the money, I would probably not try to do the Zora region right now with Fake Flippers, because you insta-die if anything hits you. And Enemizer is usually not friendly to that. Hey, what are you doing? Oh god, why? Nope. Okay, good thing about the bombs, it actually stuns those little, like, tentacle orb things. I don't know if it does, like, the same amount of damage that a bomb would normally do, but it does stun. Another small key for pod. Okay, so we do have logical access into Death Mountain already. That might be the play. Yeah, I'm definitely resetting the screen so I don't have to deal with these guys. Actually, I suppose I could just do this. Oh, too far. Oh god. Yeah, even checking the island is pretty dangerous in Enemizer. Okay, so we got a Bloomerang. I'm more than fine with just leaving that to dry out on the island forever. Come on. Game. Oh god, that got close. Alright, we survived a hobo. Just got bombs. Let's go ahead and... Nope. Let's see what Sarasla has for us. See if there's anything actually useful. Assuming we make it there, which we will. That was like the one dangerous section. Hi. I might still dip into Eastern while we're here. We don't know for sure what's gonna be a dungeon or what's gonna be a dungeon. We don't know what's gonna be a pendant or a crystal yet. I know we've gotten 2 maps, but I think they're both for dark. Well, one of them was just Ganon's Tower, so it's useless. Yeah, at this point it's basically just kind of dip in and pray. Yeah, the problem being is that we know for a fact we can't beat this dungeon until we get bow. And based on what I'm seeing with the arrows, we're likely gonna have to buy our first bow rather than just like find it anywhere. I think we could technically find like the second bow pickup somewhere and have that count. I'm actually not sure how retro mode deals with silvers in kind of setting. We'll just have to observe and see how it goes. Oh god. Why? Ow. Game, I don't need bombs. I've been at capacity for the past like 10 minutes. Damn it. Oh my god. Okay, at least I have the freaking red mail. Otherwise, that would have been especially annoying. At this point, yeah, we haven't found any compasses, we haven't found a big key. So unless the big key is in the vanilla chest, big keys are randomized. We'll find that out soon enough. That could be worse for enemies. That's... Oh, yeah, we actually have a vanilla enemy in here. What a concept. Oh, God. I don't know if I actually want to do the damage boost here. Oh, I don't need to, because enemy randomizer. Oh my god, stop it. Okay, compasses are vanilla. Big keys are not. So we have small and big key shuffle. So that does technically mean there's a chance that Third Basement is still useless, but the odds are now very, very low. Oh, I thought that would... I can't pick him up now. That's a janky hack, mate. I forgot how scary this place can be in Enemizer. Especially at the very end of this section where there's like 6 enemies. Most of them apparently out of bounds, so no worries. Yeah, damn it. Okay. Don't make me throw that fish at you. I'll do it. I know how to use fish. I'm gonna dip in for some healing real quick. Yeah, 'cause I think the boulders don't care what kind of armor you have, they do the same amount of damage regardless. Ooh. Okay. $20 there. We probably want that. I just wish I had boots at this point. I guess I could theoretically hold off until later, but I have no idea when/if I'm gonna get boots. May as well just get it now. Alright, let's try this again. Nope. I need to relook the tutorial for that. Like, I know that one's a little bit more specific than most of the other bomb jumps that are out there. Whee! So no mirror, so I don't want to go into Dark World quite yet, and I don't have mirror, so I have to go through this area legitimately. No. Oh, do also want to check the shop. Because this time I remember the shop sanity. It's kind of a pricey small key, but odds are we're gonna need it. Small key to Skull Woods. Okay, that's actually less useful than I would have wanted. Oh, it does mean we can go to the first part of Skull Woods without having to worry about the small key being found. But I guess there's that. Oh! Okay, so we still need to buy the arrows before we can actually use the bow, but it's good that we have it. Yeah, and buying arrows, basically, we just have to buy any kind of arrow pack, and we have access to those. Might be too far down? Yep, too far down. Oh. We'll just do that. It's still technically faster if I go up to and get it right the second time, but I don't want to waste too much time in that trick. Even though I do have a pretty good success rate as a general rule. Yeah. Alright, so let's see what's on top here. Just a heart piece. You have? Bombs aren't bad. Why are you everywhere? Why am I not using my sword when I have a sword? I've had a sword for 25 minutes. It's early enough. Oh, right. Crap. So, without boots, we actually can't do spin speed. We can't really do anything here. Don't have the big key. Crap. Went for that idea. We can do Spiral Cave. What would be left otherwise? Okay. We don't have Moon Pearl, so we can't do anything in Dark World yet. I guess we could get the 2 chests in Aghanim's Tower. Because they're both in Logic, and we do have Lantern. You actually get those. What else? That might be about it for now. Unless this is like some other kind of minor progression. Aghanim's Tower it is. It's also possible that we find Moon Pearl at the pyramid. Although I suppose we need the second Aghanim's Tower key for that. We only have one right now. Oh wait, we can't do this either because we don't have a cape or Master Sword, so this is not an option. You know, I guess technically Zora is in Logic. I just gotta find something to give me money. I don't know what monsters give me what. A heart. I think we'll take the long... Actually, we can also check the shop on the way there in case we find something important there. By the witch's shop. And why does everything gotta be chickens that I can't actually kill? Are you enjoying your time in the spotlight, Eddie? Is that you in the corner? Is that you in the spotlight? Yeah, unfortunately, this crab is our best source of money right now. Oop. Oop. Eddie has accepted the boop. I didn't need the gun. I suppose if push comes to shove, we can also do Cool Hand Room to get some more cash. Anything useful in here? Nope, this shop is vanilla. Eddie, no. No. Not quite. All things considered, that's actually a fairly friendly Zora entry. We probably could have done fake... Actually, no, we couldn't do fake flipper because we don't have Moon Pearl. We didn't get there anyway. $5 on the ledge, so we're not worried about that. So I think this has to be some kind of... Oh no, we still have a Gina we could get too. He might have progression. I do still wonder about what it takes to make a Zora be considered in Logic too. Because obviously it does require a lot of money, but you don't normally get locked out like chest-wise by money. Not sure how they reconcile that. More Skullwoods. Not helpful. Okay, we already checked out all the shops we have access to right now. And apparently we can't get arrows. Unless we had to go back inside the ship. I don't know if that's how the logic would work. Okay, Okay, so the only place we could actually use both for progression, we can't because we don't have the big key for Eastern Palace anyway. That kind of nullifies that possibility. Eddie, you're like completely blocking the screen. I hope you're proud of yourself. I'll go check what's over here first. Ooh, Master Sword. Okay, so to get immediate access to that, we need to find the book inside Agina's cave. Otherwise, what else can we do for progression? Because Hammer doesn't really do anything for us in Light World. We have no Dark World access period right now. No, just $5. So what then? Can't do anything in Dark World. So we don't know anything about Light World dungeons. We currently cannot get into Aghanim's Tower. There's nothing else we can do in Death Mountain. Anything else requires Dark World access. You know what? Let's... Because it chops sanity, get ourselves a little more money. That was not supposed to work correctly. I was supposed to break the game. Game, stop working. I had to have been just like 1 pixel off. Normally that's a pretty generous range of pixels that makes that work. Okay, that should work. Maybe? Okay, there it goes. Okay, I kind of like the mixture of like the red and blue on these rupees. Well, red and kind of aquamarine. I suppose it's also magenta and aquamarine if you want to be that specific, but still. Yeah, nothing else in escape. What else? Oh god, why are you here? Did the maze. Nothing in the library. Can't do anything with Magic Bat, even if we wanted to. Yeah, at least see if we can maybe buy some arrows. Outside of that, I can't think what else we can do, and even then, like I said, arrows wouldn't actually be progression. Boy. I guess we'll get the map for cheap. I have a pod. See if it cycles into more arrows. Nope. Alright. I mean, I guess the bombs could technically lead to arrows, because that's technically a chest item, but eh. There's a shield in the forest. Got everything in the caves here. We already got your item. There's nothing we can do in Dark World. Because we don't have Moon Pearl. Got Oboe out of Logic, he didn't have anything. Went to Zori, didn't have anything. What else in Light World can we do? Got Ice Rock Cave. I think the fairy just outside of Ice Palace still just has capacity upgrades? Or does she? It's possible she has legit items. Oh wait, there's a shop over here too. I knew there was a shop I was forgetting about. This one could have our progression. Probably have like Moon Pearl for like 100 rupees. Not even close. But the arrow. Those no other shops are gonna be coming anytime soon anyway. Got our arrows. No, we can't afford to use them. Oh, actually, at this point. Okay, so since I haven't saved and quitted since these items yet, if there's nothing there, we can do a soft reset. And then come back and get our money back in case there's something valuable there that we can't afford. That said, I don't think she would have any items. I don't think that that's historically been the case. But because I'm already out of ideas, we'll do it. Actually, she wouldn't have them anyway, because that'd also be out of logic. We don't have flippers. Please don't kill me. Okay, just capacity upgrades. So, what can we do? So nothing we can do in Death Mountain. Did everything in Paradox Cave. We did everything we could do in Tower of Hera. Got Spiral Cave. We checked Speck Rock. Rescued the old man. We have no means of accessing Darkworld up there. Check the shop. What am I missing? We've done everything in the escape sequence. We can't get into Aghanim's tower. What the hell? Yeah, the potion shop was vanilla. How am I already stuck? Okay, so the only Dark World access we have right now would just trap us anyway, because we would need to use some kind of item to get out. And right now we just turn into a bunny afterward. Went to Eastern Palace, that's surrounded by hammer blocks. Went south of Link's house, that's surrounded by hammer blocks. We can't go through Kakariko because there's bushes and a big rock. We can't get to Dark World in Death Mountain because those are just locked by Titan's Mitts. I mean, nothing in Blacksmith because first off we can't save Blacksmith, and second we can't get to Magic Bat yet. Don't have a bottle, so we can't talk to Sick Kid. Done everything we can in Eastern. You know, big key for anything else. Check to Gina. What are we missing? We checked. We got the item inside the dam. We got the item outside the dam. We know there's a Master Sword on Desert Ledge. Right now, that doesn't help us. Can't get to it. In order to get that, we'd either need Book or mirror entitlements. Item in the forest was just a shield. Got everything in Kakariko. Got Ice Rod Cave. Can't get to the item on the island, but that was useless anyway. Nothing valuable in shops. We got Zoro. Got the 2 checks in hair that we can do. Alright. It is kind of early to be doing this, but I'm checking the spoiler logs. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. Spoiler. So Darkroom logic is based just on lamp, so we don't need fire rod for Darkroom. Oh my god, this is full on retro. Wait, Fortune Teller Dark? Okay, so apparently this is the legit retro mode, where we can also have the take any caves, which either give you, I believe, a potion or a heart container. And there's also a cave which gives you just a sword flat out. However, the sword location is in Dark World. Right now that doesn't help. It says Fortune Teller Dark, which I think is just above Village of Outcasts. Yeah, that's the regular Fortune Teller. Most of the other stuff is in Kakariko, I believe. Fortune Teller Dark. Bonk Fairy. Dark Lake Hylia Fairy. Light World Bomb Hut. Bomb Hut? Oh, I think you know what that is? East Dark World. Okay, so there's 2 take any caves we have access to right now. Bonk Fairy Light, which I don't actually know where that is. The one was where again? Light World Bomb Hut. So I think that's in Village or Kakariko. It still doesn't really help though. Okay. So check. Okay, so Progressive Shield, Rupees, Bomb, Smoky GT, Shield. Wait, what? Hey! Hi! How you doing? Hey, yo. Okay, so why is it mentioning flute activation spot when we don't have the flute? We have come nowhere close to getting flute. Hey. Go ahead. No. This one could be a take any cave. I don't think it is based on what I've seen. Yeah, no. It's just a way to get more money with RNG. Okay, so I can try to do the one take any cave, at least get a heart container out of it. I don't think. Yeah, I think the bottle is technically just a refill. It's not actually a bottle itself. Yeah, here's a take any. Okay, yeah, it's just the refill. The heart container. The other one is Bonk Very Light, which I don't know where that is. That's not okay. Back to spoiler log. Activate a spot. Activate. Why is that listed as a step? It's like the 4th thing on the list. There's absolutely no flute anywhere nearby. Yeah, there's no flute for me to activate. Game. Tower, Smoky Woods, Rupees, Bombs. Desert Ledge, Progressive. Oh, okay, here we go. So it just listing things, I guess, in a certain order. But anyway, playthrough. Monkey, Hyrule, Map Chest Lamp, Monkey Pod, Link's Uncle Hammer, Floodgate, Monkey Tower of Hera Pod, Progressive Glove, Progressive Sword, Hookshot. Why is that the... Okay, this is definitely out of order. Progressive Bow, we got that. Smoky Pod, Smoky... Game, we can't get to Hera. Smoky... Tower of Hera. I am a dumbass. I've had proper access to Tower of Hera. Why did I pick Sanctuary? Okay, what made me think I couldn't do that? I've had a Fire Sword since literally the start of the seed. Gotta take the long way. Why did I think Hera Basement was not doable? For some reason, it feels like I skipped it because I didn't have a key, but I did. So I don't know what was I thinking? Yeah, this is kind of another reason why I'm a little bit leery of joining tournaments, because I can make just incredibly stupid thoughts like this. And just completely screw myself out of any chance of being even slightly good. Okay, we still got it. LTTP. No? No, not LTTP. LT... Oh, it is LTTP, just kind of awkward in the P. That sounds like a personal problem. Oh no. Okay, there we go. So, we can't do anything in Death Mountain, unfortunately. But we can do things pretty much everywhere else in Dark World. I didn't mean to go there, game. One of these days, I should actually time how long it takes to get to Kakariko from either Link's house or a Sanctuary and find out just like what the actual time difference is. Yeah, especially since most of the time you're going to the north section of Kakariko in some way, shape, or form, so that'd probably be the good like base point to measure it off of. I don't know if going up is any faster than going down, so we're just gonna go down. And since we do have, actually, what do we know what Scowood's is yet? Okay, it is a crystal. But that that doesn't necessarily mean we need to beat that dungeon. You don't know what that is. Wrong thing. Alright. So let's dip into the front part for now. See what's there. I'm also slightly amazed we haven't seen a single big key yet. Especially given how many chests we've already opened. There's a big key. Wait. Big keys aren't shuffled? Okay, so that means that Eastern is not a required dungeon. Because the game can lock itself out of things that do not graph progression. But even if Eastern is a crystal, that is a sign that we do not need it because we don't have the big key. Eddie, what sound is that? Kind of like a nuclear submarine. Small key of... Okay, so that does give us access to Aghanim. Well, like things... Okay. We can go through all of Aghanim's tower, but we still don't have actual access to him yet because we can't get the Thogot. Can't actually get into Aghanim's tower. That's the problem with that. Oh god, oh god. God damn it. Yeah, if that anti-fairy gets in there, it cannot leave. Gotta do this quick. Oh, as quick as you can with lag. I'm a fish. Eesh. Alright, so get some health back with that death warp. And we shouldn't need any more small keys at this point, so... Now we'll go to do Village of Outcast prop. My god. I hate those little grasshopper things. Okay, so we do have another shop here we can check, but we don't have a lot of money for anything in there. So hopefully this progression is cheap. Actually, this was the free sword, I think. Yep. And that is logic, or that can be considered part of logic as well. I've had one seed where like sword was locking, even just the fire sword was locking something, and I don't remember what it was, but it was locking something, and I didn't know that cave existed. I think I spent like an hour trying to figure out what the hell I was doing wrong. Oh, hell yeah. We speedy boys now. And since we have hammer, let's go ahead and check what's inside the shop. Oop. We can just afford it. If only we had mirror. Then we could actually like activate it immediately. Yay, health. Try to farm some bombs. I think we got one. We don't really need bombs at this point, but it's still always nice to have. Oh, okay, damn it. Okay. So we'll do that after we do Thieves Town. Assuming we can do Thieves Town. I'd be very curious if, like, if Thieves Town locked the back half of the dungeon out because it's not required. That would both amuse and sadden me. Monkey to GT, we don't need any more of those. How did that miss? Okay, that's useless. Come on. There we go. Okay, so if this is not a big key, okay, apparently we're not allowed to actually fight any or beat any dungeons. That's not even worth it. But there is no real like quick way to die because of red mail. Okay, so that's 2 dungeons that are completely unbeatable. That is not the path. I don't know how I made that work, but I'll take it. It feels weird actually leaving here, like, under my own power. Okay, we do have enough money for a chess game, at least. Although we don't have enough money for a shovel game. Which is kind of sucky. Oh, that was not worth it. Okay, even if I didn't do the chess game, I still wouldn't have enough money for shovel game, because that's like 70 rupees. Oh yeah, I got boots. We're still lacking Titan Mist, so there's still a lot of stuff here we can't do yet. We could... Actually, no, we can't do... Yeah, we can't do anything here. We can't do K45 because we don't have Mirror. Maybe the Forest Kid or something? Nope. Actually, yeah, we can't do Harry either. What is the seed? There are 3 dungeons we cannot logically beat. I mean, at least Terra we can fake our way into beating, but still. That means there's gonna be literally nothing there useful. Well, key of Meyer. Bombs. Okay. I mean, we can do shovel game, but no, that check is a kind of a ways away at this point. Actually, probably the most important thing, we need to find out what it takes to kill Ganon. See, what worries me is that we could technically be able to kill him now, if we really, really wanted to. Because all we need, technically, is Master Sword. Well, Master Sword and skills, but unfortunately, skills is a progression item. Oh. There we go. Okay, so we do still need to beat GT. So whatever the GT requirement is what Ganon's requirement is. I'm actually almost going to guess that GT is just going to be like 1 crystal needed for entry. That seems to be kind of the theme so far. Also, we have just enough money for this. I need to not screw this up. Oh god, we got mold arms. Okay, good. I didn't screw it up.
What do you look for?
You have 5 pod smalls already? Evis. I mean, we can basically clear everything but the boss. Which I guess is a good thing? We can clear. Oh my god. Okay. Unless Helmasaur has the big key, we can actually clear this dungeon. And I'm not putting it past the seed right now to do that. That's what we've seen so far. Actually, you know what? Because we have all the small keys, faster and more efficient, just do everything this way. Okay, we've got Bombos. That is kind of a good thing, actually. Oh god. Paranoid. Okay. 100% confirmed, no pot sanity. Also, assuming we don't die down here, we can at least get... Ooh, Titan Mitts. Okay, that's good. Yeah, so actually... Okay, the skull guys still drop. Do that. Okay. Thankfully, an Enemizer, the red Igors are never required. We do not actually need both for, god damn it, for this room. Well, it's our first spike or roll of this game. That could have been a lot worse, to be fair. Map of Thieves Town. That means nothing because we can't beat that dungeon. Oh god. I'm actually slightly amazed that worked, I'm not gonna lie. I felt like I was fumbling that like 18 ways a Sunday. Alright, so no big key yet. Okay, it is good to be getting some money now. Compass. Small key of GT. Okay, there is a 75% chance we can beat the dungeon. Okay, we can beat the dungeon. And there's a red crystal even, so it might potentially lead to Pyramid Fairy. Assuming the other red crystal is actually a beatable dungeon. So if something's on Bumper Cave, that'd be helpful. Go and beat the boss. I think we already got the compass, so there should be some item at Helmasaur.
Bro, what the
Wait. That's not what I wanted. Ah, damn it. Oh. Oh, come on! That was like 50,000 yards. Oh god.
Yeah, this week the evidence and everything.
I need health.
Having
Where's my health? I'll get my health up here. Hey, that actually doubled. Health. Yeah, I'm not gonna use my bow if I don't actually have hook shot. Oh god, you're immune to hook shot. Use the one required arrow. Wait, they're 10 rupees? I thought there were 5. Okay, regular arrows are even less worth it.
First game.
Yeah, I suppose if there's any seed where you want to have retro mode for arrows, it's Enemizer, because then you don't actually require any of them.
Yes.
I think so. After this, we'll do Catfish, and then we'll head right to Death Mountain and figure out what we need to get into GT. See if we can maybe make this a quick seed. I don't have any real good ways to fight Lanmos. How did I not get that second one? Hell yeah. There we go. How did that not trigger? Freaking hell. Nope. Damn it. There we go. At least that was a relatively chill boss fight. Yeah, the main item I'm waiting on right now is to get either book or mirror. That way we have access to Tempered Sword. While I'm actually better at Silverless Master Sword Ganon than I thought I was, I'd still rather not do that fight if I don't have to. That is such a long, drawn-out fight as a result. Come on. I suppose we could also check Buffer Cave while we're kind of in the area too. Also, we can check the shop here, see if there's anything. Note. I'll take the full architect. Actually, you know what? It's pretty much the exact same value, so why not? Okay, we actually got 2 hearts out of that. That is not bad. And we don't have too much of these for money right now anyway. But we can also check the shop around the... I don't know what that area is actually called. The one that's kind of like in the middle of the forest that's left of the pyramid. So we're gonna be there anyway, may as well. Nope. Damn it. Maps are useless. We'll let it soak. Oh god. Okay. Damn it.
Wow! Wow!
Oh wait, no, we can't do these checks. We don't have a mirror. Wrong ones. What we can do... Bumper Cave up here. Oh, yeah. Bumper Cave is $5. Shop's down here. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, now we don't necessarily need to get Booker Mirror for last sword upgrade. We can take this all the way up to Ganon. I'm glad I made that pit stop. Yeah, it's really one of those things that if we happen to be in the area for whatever reason... Do I want to go this way? No, I want to go this way. That's not what I wanted. I thought I was going to collide with that sword. I'm glad I was wrong. Alright, so final shop check, I believe. Wait, wrong side. You know what? Better deal than we got last time. Now this does leave us without, like, any ammunition for a bow, but... honestly, we really don't need it. Animizer. Fire. Yeah, we may not necessarily need to be doing these checks, but for the sake of safety. Also, as a reference, what do we need for Turtle Rock? Okay. We cannot get there right now, and that is a good thing. At this point, that means the game is not expecting us to go there. I knew it was gonna happen. Oh, Mesa apparently has some iframes during the swings, too. This sucks, actually. Actually, no, we have the magical powder of magic. And it wasn't worth it. Alright, can we get in here with our one crystal? Yes, we can. The seed is already beatable. All we need now is the big key, and then we're good to go. Although, depending on where the big key is, you might need Fire Rod. Or, well, there's Ice Rod. Or we also might need Cane of Samaria. We cannot get to the east side without that. Yeah, we're stuck there otherwise on the east side. But we still got like 15 chests on the side we can do. Okay. Silvers that we can't really afford. Well, I suppose if I don't use any on the way up to Ganon, we'd have just enough to take him out. Maybe that is the strat? Question mark? Key of Mire. Art piece. There's a bottle. Also, we are in go mode now. How did that miss? Alright, take that. Okay, we have Eastside GT access. Yeah, that's a weird thing about like these low crystal requirement seeds, that it makes the item acquisition chains interesting. I was too far right. Yep. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, somehow that worked. That's the wrong cane, but I guess I'll take it. Don't need Skullwood's keys. Game, where's my big key? We're here for one thing and one thing alone. Glory. Depending on what boss is here? Question mark? It's beatable. It's annoying, but it's beatable. Add 2. Okay. He's not technically beaten, but I'll take it. Compass. Half magic, okay. Yeah, we're not getting that, unfortunately, at this point. There's literally no reason to. Alright, so no big keys. We can't open the big chest. Yeah, this is unfortunate GT placement. Oh, actually, I suppose it's not, because that means we do get a chance to get every other item that we kind of wanted. Half magic being the main thing. And we are getting more money for the silver arrows that we got, so yeah, this kind of does work. Wait a minute. Oh god, we are not in go mode. Cane of Samaria is required. So... Okay, so with half magic, we do have access to Spike Cave now.
Yeah.
Ana Samaria is go mode. Nope. Alright, so... Okay, you know what, since now we're kind of going to desert anyway, let's get Barter Sword. We get access to 2 dungeons there and a whole bunch of... Actually, no, we don't have access. Oh no, we do it, we have book. Desert first. I can't think of any big key... Wait a minute, okay. So, at worst, we can get a better sword from Desert. At best, we can manage to beat the dungeon without actually having... Actually, beating dungeons doesn't even matter. All that matters is the actual checks. We already have, like, all the access that we need. Sipping the Kool-Aid. Okay, so we're not gonna have the small key most likely. But we can at least get the center chest, the item on the torch, and then the item just outside the left side. That doesn't help in the slightest game. I mean, unless this is the red crystal, at which point it might matter.
Yeah.
A small key there.
Yeah.
Small key to TR. That's our first small key for TR2. Alright, so no big key. We cannot do anything else with this dungeon. But right now we don't really want to do anything else with this dungeon. We just want the sword and get. Okay, so for Meyer, we can't beat the dungeon, but we can get everything but the boss check. Assuming we can even enter. Can we even enter? We cannot even enter. We need Quake for everything. I need to push the blocks the correct way, because the game is dumb. Actually, that's all we can do here with lacking mirror. That was not as efficient as I thought that was going to be. What do I want to do now? Can't do swamp. Already beaten pod. There's nothing else to do in Death Mountain. I guess we can do Bonk Rocks and King's Tomb. Actually, let's find out what the crystal or the reward is for Desert as a reference. Okay, so oh wait, is that a pendant? Okay, so pendant Hera, regular crystal, Desert.
Hello?
Yeah, the only crystal I care about right now is the last red crystals, because that would give me access to Pyramid Fairy. That is not where I want to go. Bad me. Alright, so maybe King's Tomb has something useful? We can't get the Graveyard Ledge. You still have no form of legit swimming. We can't do... I mean... Wait. Okay, we actually could maneuver our way into Waterfall Ferry. And we do have enough money for the arrows, I think. Let's give it a shot, because if we can get those items cleared out and know that they're useless, we can skip that area for like everything else going forward. Right, can't do that. Can't turn anything into you. Definitely want to use regular arrows for this. Mainly because that's actually the specific setup I know for this. There was one that does use silvers, but I don't know what it is. And I also don't want to be spending that kind of money. Make sure all the lag is gone, okay.
Oh.
I only got one bomb down. Try that again. There we go. Yeah, but the way that trick works is that you're basically putting so many objects on the screen at one time that the game kind of skips registering the fact that you're in the water without flippers. It kind of just skips the do you have flippers check. So that gives us shovel. The best case scenario is that actually leads us to Arcana Samaria. We can forget about the rest of the logic. Actually didn't point there. And learn my lesson last time. Do not try to glitch this one. No, just bombs. We'll pick them up. So nothing in the library. We can talk to Sick Kid, I guess. He might have something useful. Actually, it's probably faster to do this. Also, we can do Magic Bat. Okay, that's just $5. And pet the doggo. More bombs. Running out of good places at this point. So we can't do anything else in desert.
Instant.
We can't do anything in Hera. Can't do anything in Swamp. I guess we could finish up Skull Woods. Like the closest check we have available right now. Almost all of like 2 items. I think we have the compass there already. I know we already have the big key. Yeah, 2 small keys already. We should be fine without the pod key. No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of curious as to what's actually at the pedestal right now. I got lag. Okay, that's useless. Yeah, I should have figured that was too close. What else? So, okay, what can we do after this dungeon? This is not Kena Samaria. We can't do anything else in Thieves Town because we don't have access to the big key. I guess we could do Ice Palace, but it's gonna suck without Kena Samaria. Why'd I go out entirely? We can't get into Misery Mire, we can't get into Turtle Rock. Okay.
Right. There's Stella's.
Actually, I can just take you guys over with a single swing. Okay, this kind of sucks, but it's beatable. Also, we get Helmicopter. Helmicopter is best Helmosaur. Yeah, where his tail just literally spins forever. I don't know why it does this, but it does this and it's amazing. Nope. Okay, we do have a lot of the Master Dark World dungeons now, so we can probably find the Red Crystal at this point. Yeah, because if the Red Crystal's in a beatable dungeon, I'm going to be putting my priority into that. Okay, Swamp is... I thought we had more Dark World maps than that. That's unfortunate. Yeah, at this point, the only thing I can really think of... Well, at this point, it's faster to just do... Nope. Faster to do this. We don't have any other access to back to Light World. Okay, this is also actually out of logic. So this might not be the right answer. But it's also possible that maybe we're supposed to get flippers and then we come here. So. And at this point, I'm not really expecting to be using that much money, so we'll go ahead and get... Actually, wait, how does the arrow capacity work? Retro. I don't think it does. You know what? Okay, it does literally nothing. Although, okay, one thing that would be kind of cool mechanic-wise is that if you got the arrow capacity upgrade, it actually makes the arrows cheaper. That would actually be kind of cool. That would actually give a purpose to those upgrades in Retro. Over here. Nope. Right.
So
get in there. Nice, we got a partial refund in our arrow capacity. I think I'm of the opinion that Canis and Mario Go mode is the worst kind of Go mode. And you can't do any of the fun tricks when searching for items. There we go.
Try it.
Ah, damn it. Oh, no, you don't. How did I not take any damage out of that? That's like beyond my comprehension right now. Okay, what is the setup for that? Do I have to be specifically facing... No? Okay, I think the thing there is actually blocking it. No, Alright, so... There's no point in going across because we don't have the small key. Yeah, let's do this vanilla. Yeah, that did not work. Okay, I can live with this room. Oh, that's an unfortunate enemy replacement. Oh god. Why did I even try to accept that? Okay. You know what? Oh my god, use the... Thank you. Not Sanctuary Heart, although that would have been quite appreciated at that point. Ow. I guess actually... I guess that wouldn't have been that much of a detriment just to go this way first, but... Yeah, just, you don't know what's going to be in each area, so... God damn it. I like how the Bardosaur can actually kill the little, like, cacti shocking guys, even though they normally electrocute you, but it still doesn't help against the red tentacle pouch things. Although those aren't tentacle pouches, but you know what I mean. Ah, too late. Oh god, we were actually wounded. Medic! Adorable, there's a green guard there. In the dark world. He gets an A for effort. Okay, the desert.
Yes. So.
Actually, that does put that dungeon into logic now. Because with Big Keys being in their vanilla dungeons, that does mean we can actually beat that dungeon now. Although there's nothing... Well, I guess the fact that we can beat it now should count as progression, but... I don't know how I feel about this setup of items. Also, the only bottle thing I have is a beat. Not helpful. Although I should be able to kill. Actually, not so much kill. We don't have the big key. We're gonna have to leave that big chest behind. Next, I do know how to get some health. Actually, is the switch in the right position for that? It is. Okay, cool. Yay, fairies. Nom fairy. Oh god. Why? Oh, this is gonna be annoying, actually. Actually, this might be able to block the thing from coming in. Nope, it doesn't. Oh god, I just locked in with me. Get away from me. Okay, in this arena, I'm perfectly fine with this boss. Easiest fight ever. God damn it. So. Yeah, so much for this being a quick seed. It was like 0 Ganon, 1 GT. We'll be done with this in an hour. And then the seed happened. Alright, so... Actually, what was that? That was a regular crystal. Oh. So... What else? We still don't have mirror. Don't have access to Mire or Turtle Rock. I guess we could start doing the Smith chain. Which at least we have the flute, so it makes part of that less painful.
Perfect.
Well, right now, that only gives us... Oh, I suppose... Okay, we have the blacksmith himself, we have hammer pegs. And then we can do purple chest. And unless we find mirror, that's basically it for that sequence. It's actually... It kind of sucks, but... It's one of our better courses of action at this point. Hammer pegs first. Not that it really matters. Actually, yeah. Probably better to come here later. I'm going to pick up the purple chest. Aw, damn it. Always forget about her. Zoom. Just left the blacksmith behind. Nope. Monkey to TR. Actually, you know what? We've had Agnum's Tower and Logic for a while now. That realization is starting to concern me.
Oh yeah,
Let's go ahead and just do that. I'm not worried about the small kid lumberjack. I'm pretty sure we're not going to need that. Yeah, we do have 2 items we can get. Yeah.
Yoshi. Yeah, I mean, I feel like more of this was
Go mode.
less like still like
I should have realized that earlier.
it's
That was
less
on me.
gibber.
Ah, damn it. That's not what I wanted. Not only overall, the series actually been pretty chill, really, even with the boss and enemy shuffle. I mean, we've seen like what, one roll of the entire seed. The only time we saw those like toric, like fire breathing guys is like in a couple spots where they're easily avoidable. Yeah, for right now, screw this room. Actually, we're kinda low on small keys. So for the sake of keeping our small keys, wait this one out.
How's he? How's he?
Nope.
Oh.
Damn it. Damn it. There it is. Number 20. Okay, so we kind of have to go back the legit way. That was not supposed to happen. Okay, somehow I got through that with no damage. Sweet. Ah, come on. Did I not get that? That not work? Apparently that doesn't work. Oh. Damn it. There's a little basic trick you can do with this, I think. Point. Oh god. You go away. All that for Mappa TR. Which is probably not even accessible anyway. I mean, Quake is probably locked inside Turtle Rock. But I'm gonna check that in the spoiler log after we get done with the seed. I wanna see where Quake was. I'm guessing Quake is either inside Turtle Rock or inside Misery Mire. One of the 2 dungeons that it gives you access to. I'll take that. Oh, that looks like fun getting out. Or like doing anything. I think I'd rather have the vanilla room. At least there I know the RNG. That didn't fast enough or far enough. Fast enough. I didn't press the right buttons. One thing that does always kind of amuse me in Entomizers, again, is how it's so much easier as a result. Like 99% of the time. I meant to shoot upward, game. Peace.
Why do you toss me over again? Shoot!
Oh my god, what is the hitbox? Also, I love just how much of a sniper that friggin' fireball shooting block is. It's probably not gonna work as well as in vanilla, but I'll check it anyway. Okay, that could be worse. Oh god, stay away from me.
Okay.
I do need to get the small key from one of these guys. There we go. Ow. That's not what I wanted to do. I did not need to do the spin slash, but oh well. was like perfectly timed bomb drop for that slug. Okay, I got a double. Still got a double. Okay, this is not gonna work. Nope. There's no way that was gonna work. Okay, they're all like perfectly in sync. Okay. Pretty rare for them to be perfectly in sync like that. I'm actually amazed at how much money we got this seed. We bought like basically every item that we could that was like a legit item. Plus we got Zora, plus we got a bunch of other extra crap. I mean, I guess we didn't get any potions, which does kind of lower the amount of money that we spend, but still.
She revealed in the.
Oh, just barely.
I think you.
Damn. Well, good thing I got a bajillion money. Win. Not a bad seed overall, I would say. Okay, so where was Quake? Well, first off, see what the end message is. Who stole the fourth triangle? It's the anti-triangle. Alright, so where is here? So where was Quake? Okay, so Quake was apparently behind the boss at Tower of Hera, which was completely unbeatable in logic because we could not get the big key. We had no chance of getting that. What was on the pedestal? Master Sword pedestal. Master Sword pedestal, $20. Sounds about right. Anything else I would like to know? Saltpeter. Where was Mirror? Mirror was in Swamp Palace. Wow. Okay, like half the game locked itself out. And we can't get into Swamp Palace because we needed Mirror, and Mirror was in Swamp Palace. What else? What were flippers? Were those actually, like, in logic? Or required at all? Oh, Digging Game had flippers. I would say it's a good thing we never went to Shovel Game then, but I did still do flipper checks that I didn't need to do. That kind of negates any benefit we would have gotten from that. But yeah. Alright, so I'm going to take a quick little BRB. Then we'll do a quick Super Metroid run, since I don't have quite the time for another Zelda run. Probably technically don't have time for a Super Metroid either, but still want to do a little more tonight. But yeah, I will be right back. Alright, didn't miss the rando stats. Enjoy.
Okay.
Hi. What are you doing? Enjoy. Being adorable. Hi. Okay, let's first off turn off the burb and try to find there it is. Speed a little bit faster for a little bit of time. And that time. So yeah, we got our Master Sword not too late, which was kind of nice. Boots and Flute within basically the same time. I don't think they were that close together, were they? Yeah, GG Big Key sucked. Only have one death. Oh. Well, I suppose with Red Mail it's kind of hard to do that death warp, so. Actually, that's a lot more items collected than I thought we would have had. I suppose for a 2-hour seed, that really shouldn't surprise me. Anyway, let me go ahead and generate the next seed. I'm currently generating the next seed. Okay, why is the Metroid randomizer site giving me all these little like tutorial bubble window things now? Loaded. I don't really have that. I don't care about any of the presets. So why is it not default to me? That's concerning. Why is it not? Okay, for some reason my like presets are missing. I don't know why. Let's see what we can do. At random. Early or normal. That I guess normal. Speed, we'll do that variable. Exit still. I actually re-go over a bunch of my options here, which I'm ignoring now. Escape randomizer. Huh. Oh, pass on that. Escape sequence, no. Super fun times, no. Like very weeks. Else. Ellen. Debating whether I want to change the suits logic. Well, not really logic, but like the suits setup to be. Because they have several different modes. There's vanilla, where it functions just like the base game does, whereas you get gravity, it does everything Vari does and more, so it makes Vari basically useless. There's what it normally does is it makes gravity suit not give you any environmental protection, but it still gives you the full enemy protection, and then Varia gives you the full environmental protection. And there's also one where like either suit you picks up will reduce your damage by the first 50% you get for a normal suit, but Varia would still give you the full heat protection. But then gravity also gives you a little bit of heat protection. I think for now I'll just keep with the base system. Yeah, I think that should be everything. Then area HUD? What is this? What? Plays the current area name and the number of remaining items of selected item split in the HUD for the current area? Takes place in the top of energy tank rows. All energies in a single row. Automatically able doing full countdown or major shoulder split. Okay, so we're doing like some kind of specialty seeds, I think. I can't get rid of that apparently. Yeah. Oh, randomized background music, yes. It's a minor thing, but I kind of like it. So that should be everything. The base rando. The save file. Customizer. Randomization. Out of it. Not be Samus. There are no new sprites. No custom ship. That should work. I'll do all the customization. I can close the current window. Then the new one. Over to the Metroids. Of course, the tracker does not like changing to certain games. Manually fix it every time. Set the auto track. Actually, just click start there. And connect everything, so we'll finish up the mystery seed.
Oh, you know.
Proceed. To all the Twitch updates. And we are now in Metroid Land. Wait, there was an update. Oh, maybe that's why the entire website kind of changed. Is there a change log? Change log. So, release new versions of various randomizer, solver, tracker, plandomizer, and customizer. Featuring a new HUD and an auto tracker. HUD is used in 2 brand new major splits. Full countdown. Randomize like full and display in the HUD number of remaining unique upgrades. Again, I don't really need that. Scavenger. Must visit a given number of locations in a mandatory order in a scavenger hunt. What items there? Scavenger locations are the 16 locations where a unique upgrade is in the vanilla game. So basically the major split. The HUD shows the next location in the hunt, all around available in the pause menu. Choose how many locations will be in the hunt. Not big into that. Also enables usage of major/chozo split with random start location. Not really a fan of the random start location personally. Here's the HUD, blah, blah, blah. The randomizer. Doesn't matter. Other new stuff. Tracker, solver, Randos. Slight credits rework, okay. New nothing item PLM to avoid having an extra missile pack in some cases. I don't know what that is. Text out headed ROM. Was the default setting preset before loading a settings preset? What? Oh, I see. Tips are now always displayed on top of page and. Wait, there are new there are new sprites? I didn't see any new sprites. Gift Trooper. I did not see any new. Okay, there's a Shack Tool Junior. I wish I would say which sprites were actually new. New custom sprites and ships will now be added independently from main releases. That's good to know, so we're not waiting for like the big updates. Oh, more custom item names for sprites. Okay, I need to remember that for next time. Oh, I definitely want to see Mega Man's. Actually, you know what? Okay, let's cancel this current setup. I want to be Mega Man, and I want to see what they did with Mega Man's names. Also, I forgot to actually put on the custom sprites. Okay, so we do all that. And let's go ahead and give her a ship. There are no new ships this time, but I'm definitely wanting to find out what the new item names are. How did I change this back to Metroid? Apparently not. Actually compare against my PB. Hacker still searching for emulator. There we go. Alright. Now we should be good. And I'm glad I checked the update date. Okay, make sure everything here is still good. We're on moonwalk. And since it's already later than I kind of wanted to start, let's start. Great. Yeah, it's kind of sunken into the ship a little bit. Oh, it had to be up here. Oh, I almost got it. Got like 2 in a row. I gotta find out what the proper method is for the quick elevator. It just seems so janky to begin with. Well then. Dash upgrade. Okay. There we go. Alright, so that does actually put the item in here in regular logic. I think there should be enough space to be able to build up a Shine Spark. It's just missiles though. Photon missile. That sounds fancy. Oh right, I can't get in there. It's only a speed booster. There. Oh, I almost not got that one, but then I didn't get it because I thought I got it. Ah, damn it. Trying to course correct in there because I knew it was not at the right height, but oh. Yeah. That might be why a lot of people start going up the middle in that end portion there, because they can't really consistently get that hunter. Maybe that's why. Ah, almost got it. Nope. Try again.
Oh.
Zoom. Rolling shield. That qualifies as a name, I guess. So I gotta build up my speed. Ah, damn. Ah, come on. There. There we go. Mega Buster, fair enough. Yeah, I think Charge Beam basically like triples the damage you do. So this would be... Actually, I don't think it's that much faster, really. At least not for this boss. Oh, damn. Okay. Sometimes I thought, like, standing height missiles would work, but I guess not. Yeah, early Charge Beam is nice. Gotta do a short charge. Ah, damn it.
Why would a woman?
Oh, right, I need a missile still. There we go. Ah, come on, how did that not work? At least I know the super's down there, which I can use to get back in here. Or that works too. Grab super or missiles from those guys. Sub tank. And missiles. Damn. I need bombs with some flavor.
What are you doing?
Oh god. How is that missing? Okay, that's not a badly timed E-tank. Oh damn. Sniper missile? I mean, that's not really what super missiles are, but okay. Yeah, short charge. I'll take that. I mean, I really shouldn't need these early on, but I'll take them anyway. Can't get in there yet. I'm really even feeling like I should have just gone back to, Actually, no, I can't even go through here, because I don't have any kind of bombs. Yeah, I really should have gone back the first time and gone back to Retro Mother Brain. This was just bad otherwise. I don't know why I tried to use missiles there. Alright, I'm gonna head back up here. Holy crap, I got it. It was like flawless too. Oh god. That was not flawless. Oh, that kind of worked. Actually, no point in killing you guys because you don't drop anything I could actually use or need. Ah, damn it. Screw that up. Oh, come on. Take the safe route at this point. Okay, it still doesn't help right now. Now I could kind of use your health. Yeah, no point in going inside there because I need power bombs to do anything there. Come on. I'll get all open. Come on. Get that unlocked. Go ahead and charge and save. Actually, only one thing down there I could even get anyway. This actually kind of sucks. Not really much I can really do. I could get the one item from there, but... Well, I guess if it's useless, I can just do a reset. Get back up to the ship, and it'll be much faster that way. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Anyway. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, how did I land on that? That's what the pellets are supposed to be for. Idiot. Seriously, game. Idiot, I can't see. Alright. Actually, there are 2 items I can get down here. I can already tell this is not going to be a quick seed. No matter how much I try. Strike chain. What I wanted. Grapple's also nice, but it doesn't really actually do anything right now. Oh my god, still no bombs. And grapple doesn't really do anything right now either. Guess we go down to Norfair? Ah, come on. Game, be nice. I can't get in there because no bombs. Okay, now my jumps are starting to get a little too fast. I can't really control them. Wait, that was actually a good jump. Yeah, there's nothing else I can do here because I still don't have any bombs of any kind. So I'm literally just retracing my steps. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, technically we could... Actually, no, a sports bomb would probably still not be a good idea. We might still not be able to escape. With not having any kind of bombs. I mean, it doesn't really do much for us with only, like, one proper retank, but... the moment I'll take what I can get. Yeah. I can't get in there because I don't have power bombs. I can't even do a crate. I don't have any kind of bombs. There's not really a point unlocking anything. Hopefully there's something here. Okay, there's power bombs. Or hyper bomb. Not just power bomb, hyper bomb. And missiles. Now we can start doing everything else. Let's see what's down here as a reference. Those would be nice, but we're in no means of being able to acquire those. Didn't actually need those, but oh well. From the power bomb, may as well get the benefits. Oh, there's even a power bomb that dropped too. Squish! Oh, that was actually beautiful. I didn't get the right button presses there.
I hate. Absolutely. So.
I'll take that. And yeah, part tank. Makes sense. But still doesn't really give me access to anywhere in, like, Norfair.
As I say, the
I mean, I can technically do an Ice Beam Hell Run, but... eh. Okay, more power bombs. I will gladly take those. Ah, too early. Yeah, nothing... What do I want to do with this? Yeah, there's more stuff over this way that I can get that would be useful. And there's also more likely to be in logic. Ah, damn it. I was trying to damage boost off of those, but it didn't work.
Jumper.
Alright, let's make bad decisions. Especially considering I chose not to save earlier. Ah, damn it. Okay. That's not the way I wanted to do that. Okay, that kind of worked as a backup. I'll take him. Probably the last pair I intentionally pick up, though. I really shouldn't need any more than this. Ah, damn it. I'm always off by just like a tiny bit. Yeah, I can pick up more up there.
There's no.
Do this the easy way this time. And all but the bottom one. I'm slightly saddened. Ow. Oh my god, okay. Thought I fell inside the plant. Annoying. Oh, that was a perfect damage boost. That was not a damage boost at all. Okay, that's good. Spin. Spin! My god. Not that hard. Not worth it. Come on, please die. Thank you. Thing is, I'm really not feeling the Fantoon fight right now either. That might be my only option. Well, I suppose, actually, I do have access to everything in Gauntlet now. As well as the ship PBs. Let's take stupid risks. I could have placed that much earlier. Hippie. Hey, Whitey. Hey. You a cat? You being a cat? Go on.
But
Hey,
the
yo.
same.
Hey, Daddy. Yeah, we should be more than safe for Gauntlet at this point. Okay, I don't need that many power bombs. I don't care what the game thinks of my skill level. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, we're good. Kind of an unfortunate color pattern. Okay. Oh, why? Okay. Actually, no. We can still do this. Yeah. Laser cutter. Okay, with this, I feel comfortable doing... Has that always worked? I thought those were like powerbomb blocks specifically. Huh. I've learned something. Is that effective plasma, or... I have so many questions right now. Okay, so save again. Make sure we don't lose our items here.
Oops. Are we gonna have...
Oh, wait, I need to open the thing first. That would kind of help. Oh, I broke the thing. Oh, nice. Oh, that was too high. Okay, I can skip that item and be happy. Okay, let's see if we can get like the infinite sliding glitch that we got last time. No? Oh, okay, wanted pressing up instead, but yeah. For some reason last time I just did like a super slide to the left even though I turned completely around. Or tried to anyway. Still have no idea why that happened. Oh, okay. I think I was gonna make that. Take those. Not necessary, but I'll take them. Especially now with charging plasma. Oh. But if I actually had the powerbomb selected. Ah, damn it. Double damn it. Oh god, that actually hurt. Where's the health drops?
Here. On this bridge.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Okay, there's some health.
Catch you.
Damn it. Okay, we should still be fine. Keyword should. Oh god. Okay, we have 2 full E-tanks. Come on, show your face. Oh, how are you not dead? Okay, there we go. That ended a lot better than it had any right to. Yeah, I guess I forgot the fact that the only beam I have is plasma, so it does a lot less damage. I mean, plasma does a ton of damage on its own, but not quite as much as when you don't have plasma or ice. I mean, ice to a lesser degree, but still. to grab that, but oh well. Don't really need that. No. Oh, no, you don't. Alright, let's make the bad decision after saving. We have absolutely no movement items for this section. Except for just enough to be able to get in.
I know.
Okay, so far so not dead. Ah, come on. Oh, I want to keep that. Screw Crusher. Okay, so at this point I'm starting to assume that both Varia and Gravity Suit are going to be at Billy Mays. Oh god. Okay. There we go. Oh god. Aw, oh, damn it. We'll give it one more try. Actually, I suppose I could have just gone to a more safe space and done a Crystal Flash. Now that I think about it. That would have been the smart thing to do. Yeah, because going in is a lot easier than going out. For whatever reason. It's also really unfortunate that despite how awesome Screw Attack is, it does absolutely nothing against environmental effects. I'm still literally just as dead in the spikes as I was otherwise. There we go. Okay, I can make... Hey, dude, what? What the hell was that? How did that kill me? I mean... I legit want to know what causes that. That's at least the second time that's happened. I was on a completely safe space. I was like 2 blocks away from a spike. And it did more damage than a spike. What the hell causes that? At this point, I'm getting Screw Attack out of principle. How does that work? I need to research that, because that pisses me off.
Poor Pavlov.
No. This thing got screw attack. I'll take that. Gladly. No. No, it's been so long since I've actually done this with grapple beams, I didn't realize that some of the blocks didn't have the grapple things on them. Should have laid power bomb on the steps first. And get rid of the Chozo statue below. Woo! Okay, we are gladly taking that. Rolling cutter. It's not really the right move, like, visually for what that does, but I'm not gonna complain too much about it.
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay, vanilla gravity suit, which is apparently Icarus armor, which I don't recall like Icarus armor being a thing in any Mega Man games. It was one of the later X games that I never really played much of. I mean, hell, the only Mega Man X game I really played at all regularly was Mega Man X, the first one. You know what? At this point, I'm going to get the checks I missed in Billy Mays. Ah, damn it. I need more practice with this. There we go.
That's
Not necessary, but I'll take it. Mock ball. Not that it would have had any actual effect, but for the swag. Oh. Apparently if I let go of any of the inputs, I lose the screw attack. Good to know. I'll take the health. Yeah. That's another little segment I need to get practice on, is doing the... Not sure what the proper term is called, but basically doing like a... Kind of, you're changing your hitbox around when you aim into certain angles when in midair. That's basically what they use in order to get the kind of quick, what I call ledge grabs. So you can quickly traverse your way up platforms. Power bombs. Well, damn it. Hoping there'd be something cool in there. It's technically possible to do a moonfall in there as well, but it's just like super tight. I don't think it's really worth it, honestly. Okay, too many power bombs. Ah, damn. I thought it was further ahead than that. Wish. Nope. Almost dodged it the second time.
But like...
Actually, yeah, I can just use screw attack here. Ooh, that was nice. I'll take those. Yeah, I'll take it. One more and I can use stand-up glitch. Leash.
Again? Oh, go.
Oh. Work. There we go.
Anyway. Let me look around.
Probably not worth it doing this one check up here, but just because I feel like being a completionist. Wasn't worth it. It would have been awesome if that was Varia.
The door! I was at the door!
I didn't do the short charge right. Oh. But a little damage boost can solve. Oh, actually made it. Thought I was gonna come up short there. Alright. Plenty of ammo at least. Ah, a little further could have made that actually fast. Yeah. Maybe that look cool. Already gotten the X-ray check. At this point, I could do some hell runs, but I don't think it's going to be in the logic at this point. Air stuff in here. Like, we should have everything we need logically to get through here. Tank there, not worth the time it takes to get that. Another E-tank. I'll probably find more easier ones. Ah, damn. I could have done damage boost there if I'd actually thought ahead fast enough. But I didn't. Nope. Not as useful as it would have been earlier, but I'll still I guess. Oh, come on. Bomb B. To be fair, that is actually a Mega Man weapon that you get from one of the bosses in one of the games, so I guess that's legit. Yeah, the only thing we really need right now is Varia. Then we got everything we logically need to beat the game. Now, once I find that, we're just gonna take a go mode. Yeah, I'm right here. I could not have noped out are there any faster than that. Oh, there we go. There's go mode. Shadow armor. And wave. Hell yeah. Wave burner. Okay. I think we were just gonna stick your head out. Now you dead. Yeah, there's literally no chance of me getting the full or even half-halfing at that point, so I usually use what Shine Spark I can. Yeah, I think in order to be able to make that, you have to have high jump boots and have like basically perfect movement up there. And we ain't getting perfect movement out of me, just flat out. Ah, damn it. Apparently I'm not sure how that setup works. Oh, the shell actually protects. Damn it. Oh, okay, that was bad. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. That works. Ah, come on. You know what? That will make things a little bit easier, quicker. So actually, I can't do that. Then I can do this. Leg upgrade. Just nice, basic, and simple as that. Doing. Yeah, he was doing like a little kind of like I don't know what he was doing. It was like some kind of suckling noise while he was sleeping, and it was adorable but also weird at the same time. I don't know if I should be concerned. Just slightly overshot. Ah, come on. That's actually slower. It's kind of a random strat I wanted to try out. And it did not work. Yeah, I'm gonna farm a little bit. Actually, I have this I can use. Things a little faster. Okay. Come on, give me. I need supers, not health. One more. Actually, there are a couple of like no. Actually, I suppose I'm at full health, so yeah, fair enough. Damn. There we go. That's not what I wanted to do. screwed up that movement. I'm gonna need to farm a super. Super farmed. That was completely off. How do these guys live? There we go. Goddamn. Nope. A lot further with the baby skip than I usually do. That's a plus. I did not mean to jump for that spot. Oh, I thought you were dead. Ooh, okay, that's lower than I wanted to be, I think. Oh, come on! Why does that do that? I really want to know what causes her to do, like, the full second beam sometimes. I don't know why. The tutorial I watched on that said nothing about that being a thing. I feel like I should have saved right at Turian. But I thought, nah, it won't happen. Then it happened. Yeah. Yeah. God damn it.
Amount of respect.
I'll get another chance at baby skip at least. Nope, I completely screwed that up. Went too early. Ah, come on. Really? Come on. Oh yeah, I was gonna save again, damn it.
says, yeah. Face.
There we go. Maybe it's one of those things where like, I'm getting like the last damage under the one E-Tank too late. Maybe that's what's causing it. Action pose. Oh, you actually tried to attack me. How dare you? How did... Fine. You know, as much as I love Space Jump, I also hate Space Jump. Because it causes shenanigans. You should probably learn to start doing the Moonfall there as well, because that's probably like the second biggest time save that it gives you. Oh, come on. Fine. I got it.
Not a Viper we're thinking of here.
Alright, so all things considered, I actually felt like a pretty good seed overall. I actually kinda feel like I'm getting good with movement. Which I never thought I'd be able to say in Super Metroid. I mean, I guess playing at least one seed a week for a year will kind of help with that, but... So in-game time, well, we did die once. So it's gonna probably cut a few minutes off for that. I'm gonna guess 109. Might be less than that, but I'm gonna 109. Okay, that's better than I thought it was gonna be. I mean, how many door transitions did we do? I don't think we did that many. Or area transitions, I should say. I know we basically skipped like all of Norfair. But anyway, yeah, that's gonna do it for me for the night. It is much later than I was expecting to end the stream, so I'm just gonna cut off here. I'll be back on tomorrow. I'm thinking of actually, I might bring back kind of an old challenge run for tomorrow's randomizer. So yeah, tune in for that. It'll be probably a thing, especially with the current settings for the randomizer. I'll leave that as a teaser. Yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time, and until then, have a good night.